Hello, welcome to 5 Minutes of Good in April, where I'm bringing you and myself mostly 5 minutes of good for the month of April. My name is Renee Pickens for those of you who don't know me. And I'm super glad that you're joining me today because today is Tuesday and today has been a little bit of a struggle. I don't know about you, but Tuesdays for me, well, I think for most people, they're kind of that non-day. They're not hump day of Wednesday, but they're just kind of like a bit of a blah, nothing day. And today I was feeling particularly under the weather, and it was, to be honest, quite a struggle to get here tonight. So thanks for joining me. So yesterday I talked about Palm Sunday and how exciting it was. And basically, I want to take you through Holy Week this week, explain what happens in the lead up to Easter and talk about why that is good for us in April 2020. So yesterday we heard about Jesus' arrival into Jerusalem on a donkey. People laid down their cloaks and their palm leaves, and then they got so excited to see Jesus. This is kind of a weird, hard thing for us to imagine in a Western culture in 2020, but people started screaming out, "Hosanna, Hosanna!" I guess it's kind of like at a rock concert or something like that. A K-pop concert where people just get so excited, they start screaming out. So they were yelling out, they were so excited to see Jesus. And then after that, we talked about Jesus seeing Jerusalem and having a bit of a cry because he knew what was to come. But then he does this kind of weird thing. So Jesus curses a fig tree. And then the next day they come back, so that's on the Monday, they go past this fig tree. Jesus is hungry, he sees the fig tree, even though it's not fig season, he goes over to see if there are figs on it. There are no figs, and so he curses the tree, and they come back the very next day and it has completely withered up and died. Now, we could just take that as like a weird Jesus story and move on from it, but everything, particularly in the Easter story, has a reason and a purpose and symbolism and meaning and all this sort of stuff, tells us about the nature of Jesus. So I don't want to walk away from that story. So he curses this fig tree, but they come back the next day, it's withered and died, and Jesus' mate Peter points it out to Jesus in amazement. Now, just keep in mind, Peter has been traveling with him for the last couple of years. He has seen Jesus do amazing miracles. He has seen Jesus give a guy his sight back. He has seen Jesus heal a woman of an issue of blood that she has had for many years. Just from her touching his cloak, she is instantly healed. He has seen Jesus raise his friend back to life. And yet this amazes Peter. Peter is like, "Jesus, oh my gosh, you just yesterday cursed that tree and now it's dead." It's like, hello, did I not say the other day how many plants that I kill? It's not really like some kind of huge, one of Jesus' huge miracles that he killed this tree, right? I can do that. But somehow Peter is really amazed at that. And Jesus' response is, and this is important, okay? He says, "Have faith in God. Truly, I tell you, if anyone says to this mountain, 'Go throw yourself into the sea,' and does not doubt in their heart, but believes what they say will happen, it will be done for them. Therefore, I tell you, whatever you ask for in prayer, believe that you have received it, and it will be yours." Now, this is not the first time that Jesus has said something similar. Earlier in Matthew chapter 6, verses 33 and 34, he says, "Seek first God's kingdom, and all these things will be given to you as well. Therefore, do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will worry about itself. Each day has enough trouble of its own." He's not describing God like a genie where you go around, asking for wishes and the genie will grant them if they happen to be in the right mood or what have you. But what he's saying is that it's your faith and your relationship with God that will give you freedom. Freedom to know that he will give you what you need today. Further in Matthew 10, Jesus says, "Freely you have received, freely give. When you have freedom in faith, you will receive all you need, and in return, you'll be able to give freely back to others. These days, the temptation is to live with a closed fist, stockpiling more food and more resources than we need, not leaving enough for others because we're so concerned with our own welfare, we're so worried, and that attitude comes from a place of fear. But when you live in faith, knowing that your Creator will provide all of your needs, you live in a posture of gratitude and generosity. And that is a very, very good way to be. Thanks for joining me. You are good, you are loving, you are kind. Bye.